You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snake Wood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Jeter. Gratitude is the attitude. It sure is a blessing to be back in the black box as we blow a succession. The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Those are the 7 C's. As we navigate upon these 7 C's, I'm the captain of the voyage. SPI Easty, a.k.a. VJ Keyway. Mr. 1597 himself. En español es uno, cinco, nueve, siete. Oh, my mama, we back about the father in Cincinnati that took the law into his own hands. I won't even say allegedly because I don't even believe he's denying that he's done so. He took his human experience beyond societal norms and the law and took it into universal experience based upon the law underserving him when his son's life was lost at the hands of police officers. And we've already covered this, but now I want to double back because we did it. We saw his bond hearing, and we heard the judge ask, was he's going to be safe? Tried to clarify if he was going to be safe, and I had no idea that was because he was on his way to be housed in a town that is literally nicknamed as KKK County. You know how county is spelled with a C, but it sounds like a K? So they have it spelled KKKKOUNTY. So if you want to hear this reaction or this content without me reacting to it, go to Taylor House Publishing. Taylor House Publishing on YouTube. This is what I'm reacting to. I like his perspective on this. I had no idea when I heard that the judge had to go on record expressing concern for his safety because he was headed to one of the most racist towns in America to be housed. So we need to make a loud noise all around in every town because his skin is a very melanated shade of brown and they might knock him down. He need to be protected. The few melanated officers that's here and there, see something, say something. Fire with fire. But with no further ado, let's see what these wicked, evil, filthy fuckers have been up to. Oh, my mama.
So the court will now set no bond until Tuesday when we'll review the statute for a continuing no bond, which is unusual and very tragic in terrible circumstances. Where will the defendant be housed and will he be safe? And I ask that because he was transferred, as I understand it, to Clermont County yesterday.
That's correct.
On my order.
That's correct.
And will he be returned to Clermont County until Tuesday?
It's all understandable. Sure.
And you have a safe environment for him there in Clermont County.
Sure.
You'll return him on Tuesday, May the 6th at 8:30 a.m. for a hearing at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, for the record, we'd ask the court to put a bond on him now, but we understand that it's not a bond for us.
All right, no bond. Thank you. And we can hold him at no bond for 72 hours, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much.
Oh, my mama. I ain't gonna lie. I love the way he walking through this courtroom right here. They say eye for an eye. That's what they say. Until Jesus came along and said, hey, turn the other cheek. The universal rule was eye for an eye. Now all he wants is some eye contact, and they can't give it to him. Ooh, creator of all universes, the multiverse, please protect this melanated individual who had the courage to do what every real alpha male, melanated or not, man wish he would have the courage to do in these similar same circumstances. Let me give him a round of applause. I don't give a nobody say. Oh, my mama. This walk he about to take, they have a thing called walk of shame. I want to flip that. This is the walk of fame right here. He finna take this walk of fame and not the bullshit fame. That's just quick. Rest in peace, Christopher Donner. I just love this walk he finna take. Not that I want to take it ever, but I would love to know that I have it within me to take it if need be. You ever seen the movie A Time to Kill with Samuel L. Jackson? Great movie. Matter of fact, I think this dude on this video put on his thumbnail A Time to Kill. It's extremely reminiscent of the movie A Time to Kill. Go watch the movie A Time to Kill as you ponder over this scenario.
Thank you. No, thank you all. Thank you all for being here.
All right. Peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. There you see our dear brother, Rodney Hinton Jr., walking out of the courtroom Friday morning with his head held high, his shoulders back, his chest out, and his chin up in the face of an obvious attempt by the Hamilton County Sheriff Department to intimidate him. If you're not familiar with this story, Mr. Hinton is charged with taking the life of a deputy only one day after Cincinnati police gunned his son down.
All the street niggas, thug niggas, rap niggas talk that slide back, double back. Pops ain't none of that. No record, grown man, civilian. Slid right back, double back. Got his mans. He didn't even have the typical weapon to utilize. His mind was made up that vengeance was due.
And I've already received a call from an eyewitness that said his son did not have the gun in his hand as they portrayed it in their erroneous.
Wow, imagine that. Glad to hear that. We saw the video, that little edit we saw in our reaction. We couldn't see any gun, and we saw right up to the moment of when he was shot.
Videos. And so I want to make a couple of points about this video before I show you another news clip concerning, the possibility of why this deputy had to lose his life. Now, first of all, I want to ask you, why are there so many deputies in the courtroom?
Good question. That's one I had, but I also want to salute you, brother, for having the courage to getting on this platform and taking the stance and position you taking, because all the MAGA supporters are coming for us. Let's go. And I'm not even anti-Trump or anti-Republican. Definitely not a Democrat or a liberal. I'm not even politically inclined enough to neither of those parties suit my interest when it comes to integrity and character and principles enough to align with either of them. However, the MAGA supporters is coming for us. Salute to you, my near you. Oh, bye.
There is no need for that. You've never seen 30 deputies in the courtroom, and you clearly heard the judge say, "Thank y'all for coming." And even on
one thing I can say, I said it in my last reaction to this situation, those deputies' faces were destitute of emotion, show absolutely no emotion. They showed about as emotion as the faces on Mount Rushmore. Poker face. This is what we got to practice and master, y'all. Oh, my mama. We're so charismatic and so expressive. Just our expressions telling us a lot.
the stand, the judge made the statement, will he be safe? Because the judge knows that he is being held in one of the most racist counties in Ohio. And I have confirmation from that from an individual who stays in the area. Claremont County is known in that town, in that area, as KKK town. It is actually the 8th oldest county in the country, and it has a majority.
Wow, that statistic right there stands out. If it's the 8th oldest town in this country, yeah, it's a sundown, good old boy town. I'm not surprised. And just know, Ohio as a state, when it comes to the depression of the 1920s, it was an area hit the hardest by that depression. And it's the area, not West Virginia, not any other area you may imagine. Ohio has the environments, areas, and communities that are still most affected by the Great Depression of the 1920s. Just keep that in mind when you think about how far behind they may be with these concepts of can't we all get along and that get a rope. Oh, my mama.
Majority population of 95.4% white and only 1.2% African American, as they call us. And so you can imagine that the jail he is in is filled with white people. And as you see him walking out the court, and I'm going to show that clip again, you can see the racist officers looking at him, trying to intimidate him. And shout out to my brother because he didn't flinch. He didn't flinch. He looked him right in the eye. And so the judge is even concerned for his safety, even asking,
That's deep because I realize the judge is concerned for his safety. Our community is concerned for his safety. His family is definitely concerned for his safety. But I believe he has absolutely no concern for his safety. Not that he's not nervous, apprehensive, watching, but I think he made a decision the day his son died that all that was worth it. So he's already ready with come what may. One of my favorite songs from growing up in the church is It Is Well With My Soul. It's a hymn. It's not one of them fast tambourines. It's a very slow Eurocentric song. No foot tapping, no tambourine slapping. But the reason why I appreciate this song so much, it used to be one of the songs that made church boring. But one day I heard a minister tell this story, a testimony about how the song was written or why it was written. And the way the song goes, you could tell why it was born. It just goes like this. It is well. No, it starts off like this. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll. So what that's saying is, when the ocean is, when my life is smooth, or when it's wild like a roaring ocean, sea billows roll. Whatever my lot, thou have taught me to say. Meaning, no matter if it's good or bad, Kind of like where Jeter comes from. Gratitude is attitude no matter what. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Meaning no matter what I'm going through, good or bad, ups and downs, terrible, it's okay with me. Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. It is well with my soul. And the reason why this song became one of my favorites and what I learned about this record, this song, and I'm not sure even if this story is true, but one day I was sitting in church and the preacher was up there preaching. And as he was closing his sermon, you know how they bring it into the emotional, they bring it in, he tied it in. And he started talking about this song, It Is Well With My Soul. And he told this story. He said, the reason why the author wrote that story, he said, way back in the day, he was a fisherman that stayed out at sea, like a sea merchant. And he used to be on ships for months at a time. I'm very familiar with that concept now that I work on the docks. I often get up on these big ships that hold thousands of cars and other products, and there'll be a man from Asia somewhere, China more than likely, don't speak no English. There may be a handful of them on this big ship that stays in America for a week or two, maybe a few days. And they board this ship, they stay on this ocean. It's just deep, so I know it now. But, what's the story I was telling? This man was on the ocean back in the days. Wasn't no docks like this. So he was a well-to-do man, big family. He had a lot of things. But he was on the ocean, and it was typical while you're out on the ocean like that, working for weeks and months at a time, every now and then a little tugboat or a telegram messenger boat will come pull up on you and give you your messages. We call it email now. It used to be mail, but now it's email, text. But that's what it would have to be. When they knew you were out to sea and you were going to be following this path for 6 months, they would look at your map and say, oh, he should be about here. And they would head out. And here's a message. And there was this man on the boat all these years, all this time. And the way the story was told is every now and then the telegram man would come, and usually it's like you get a message, oh, your sister had a baby. Your mother's garden is doing well. Your son just graduated. That's how the messages usually are. But what happened to this individual was, and this was a wealthy man, he got a message. And the messages, they got increasingly more devastating. Bad news, bad news. He was losing everything, similar to Job. A man who everything was receiving a series of messages every so often, and they were all bad news. Down to the point where he had lost everything, his family. Tragic storm came, his kids, his fortune. Everything was fucked off. He didn't have nothing left. It was over with. So that story, It Is Well With My Soul, that song, that hymn, the story is told that after he got the last message of, okay, everything is gone. I only have this to hold on to. At least I have this. He finally got a message, came on and said, yep, that's gone too. It said he looked out at the edge of his boat, looked over the ocean, and that's a vast, mighty ocean. He considered everything, and that's the moment when he penned the lyrics to that song. When everything was all bad, he came up with the lyrics that said, when peace like a river attendeth my way, or when sorrows like sea billows roll. And if you go look at that ocean and see when they get to whopping, how tumultuous that could be. He said, whatever my lot, whatever I'm going through, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. That means it's okay. I accept it. I can handle it. That is the exact motivation behind Jeter. Gratitude is the attitude. Don't mean it's all good. It means that even when it's bad, it is well. It is well. It is well with my soul. And I feel like this father feels the same way. But I know I got off my bad. That's the preacher in me. Amen, amen.
You have a safe place for him to be. And, they're talking about, yeah, but they know what type of danger this man's life is in, being in that position. So we definitely want to pray for his safety, as he continues to go to trial. Now, they put him under no bond. They're supposed to be bringing him back Tuesday for a bond hearing. And you hear the judge talking about how emotionally charged and tragic the situation is. And so everybody understands, pretty much, I think they understand why this happened. And everybody who's seen the latest video where the eyewitness said that, that young man didn't have a gun, they know that they are in the wrong. And this man is probably justified, some would say, in his actions. But just watch this news clip real quick. And at the end of it, we're going to talk about what the family's attorney said happened right before the deputy lost his life.
Tonight, a makeshift memorial growing in Corryville after a Hamilton County deputy was hit by a vehicle and killed on Friday afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brittany Harry. Right now, that deputy has not yet been identified. The man accused of causing his death, Rodney Hinton Jr., appeared in court this morning. Our Alexis Martin has the latest on what happened in the courtroom this morning. So, Alexis, a lot of deputies were also in that courtroom.
Rodney Hinton Jr. appeared in court today for his arraignment less than 24 hours.
I wonder how many deputies was in court, or was there? There must not have been court for the officer that killed that young black boy. I wonder how many officers are going to be present at his services as they are commissioned to protect and serve, and a member of their society was unjustly killed while he was opposing a threat to nobody. How many of those officers are going to show up at his service and show condolences toward his family? Shh. Made me say FTP on my mama, and I ain't no grimy, dirty, nasty, vile motherfucker. But if somebody's trying to kill me, I have absolutely no responsibility of placing any value on their life, and I shall not. On my mama.
Hours after police say he intentionally murdered a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy. The crash happened one day after Rodney's 18-year-old son, Ryan Hinton, was killed by...
Yeah, no, he wasn't killed. He was intentionally killed. Just like you say, he intentionally killed the deputy. Let's keep it clear, Bambi, Barbie, whatever your name is, Barbara, Bethany, whatever it is, let's keep it consistent. If he intentionally killed the deputy intentionally killed his non-threatening son. Let's keep it consistent, please.
A Cincinnati police officer in East Price Hill. Today, prosecutors argued that Hinton should be held without bond in what the defense is calling an emotionally charged situation. Sheriff's deputies lined a Hamilton County courtroom today in support of the deputy who was killed while the man accused of killing him faced a judge.
I understand there is a lot of sadness and a lot of anger in this room right now, but in the community at large.
38-year-old Rodney Hinton Jr. is accused of aggravated murder after police say he intentionally hit.
What is the officer that killed his son charged with? What he charged with? How is it aggravated? How about crime of passion? His baby boy, his namesake, the most precious possession of his child was taken from him. He lost all connection with his senses. He didn't know what was going on. His world was crushed. He threw away everything he loved. That was irrational. He did not have control of his faculties appropriately. Mental illness. He wasn't in the right mind. Where's all that at?
Killed the deputy on Friday around 1 o'clock at Martin Luther King Drive and Burnett Woods Drive. CPD says the deputy was working in detail right outside of UC's campus when Hinton hit him with his car. The crash happened one day after Rodney's 18-year-old son, Ryan Hinton, was killed in a shooting involving Cincinnati police.
while he was running away, fearing for his life and his freedom, not posing no threats to nobody. Let's not leave that out, sweet little blonde hair, pale skinned lady.
I understand that this is emotionally charged situation.
Prosecutors argue no bond should be set. They say the crash appears to be intentional. Court documents say Rodney drove eastbound across oncoming traffic lanes through the intersection and directly at the deputy who was wearing a uniform and a bright fluorescent vest.
There are no evidence of skid marks. There are no evidence that he tried to avoid him. It appeared from everybody who was on the scene that he deliberately struck the deputy in an attempt to kill him.
Hamilton County Municipal Judge Tyrone Yates says the circumstances are unusual and tragic and ordered no bond for Hinton until his bond hearing on Tuesday. He's being held in the Claremont County Jail right now out of safety concerns. Reporting in studio, I'm Alexis Martin, Fox 19 Now.
The attorneys for the family of Ryan Hinton released a statement today. It says in part, prior to the crash, the family, including Ryan's father, Rodney, attended a meeting with Cincinnati police to view body camera footage of Ryan's death. This statement says Rodney left after that meeting and was not heard from until, quote, learning about the tragic incident involving a law enforcement officer who was working a traffic detail near the university. The statement goes on to say, quote, on behalf of Ryan Hinton's family, we offer our heartfelt condolences to the family and colleagues of the officer who was killed yesterday. This is an unimaginable tragedy for this community.
A gracious gesture for a family who owes that to absolutely nobody. Absolutely no one. That is character. I appreciate those melanated people so much for taking the time out to be what this society considers as decent. So much so that you sending out condolences to the officers when I've yet to hear any reports. I'm sure you've gotten some type of official condolences from the sheriff department, but we don't see no evidence of it. But we do see evidence of my people having the propensity within them to still show compassion to the loss of those who took their loved one. I love my people. And that same vulnerability is what caused us to be victimized for centuries, though, y'all. We got to know when and when not to turn it on. We got to know when to turn it on and off. You feel me? Harmless as a dove, but as shrewd as a serpent. To him who has an ear, let him hear. A word to the wise is sufficient. Now, shall we carry on?
Community. Ryan Hinton's family is heartbroken by this tragic turn of events, and we are all devastated for the family of the officer who was killed.
All right. So you heard what the attorney had to say at the end. He said that the family offers condolences to the officer's family who was killed. He said it about twice, but not once have you heard any of the officers, even in the press conference, the sergeant, the sheriff. No one has offered any condolences or heartfelt sympathies to the Hinton family for the loss of their loved one.
That's my point. Should we cry when the Pope died? My request, we should cry if they cried when we buried Malcolm X. Rest in peace, Mr. Shakur. Take that logic and apply it to this situation. Strap your boots up. Quit being soft, sensitive, program brainwashed Americans. An eye for an eye. I would not give a phenug on my mama.
You see how it's a double standard? The judge says, I know there's a lot of sadness in here. There's 30 deputies in there to offer their sadness and condolences and to intimidate that man, but not once.
Man, I wish I would have been involved, but I'm going to say this. I wish it would have been his presence. Like, you know, how the Muslims showed up for Nipsey Hussle when he passed, how they showed up on Crenshaw, Slauson, and March, and did they 1-2? I wish it would have been that type of presence in that courtroom to match the police's energy. That would have been epically awesome. Oh, my mama. Shout out to my nigga Cam with a K. Eastside. What's up, my nigga? Oh, my mama.
Have the state, the police, offered condolences to the Hinton family. And so the lawyer mentions that no one heard from the father after they watched the video of his son being gunned down. That was 1 day later. So nobody heard from him for a day. Who knows what he was going through? He probably was battling, in his mind, what can I do? Should I or should I? And once again, let me state, all people are presumed innocent in this country until proven guilty, even though the laws don't naturally reflect that. But once again, I would say my brother is innocent until proven guilty. But I can imagine what he was going through. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 3-5.
Man, on my mama, I had no idea you was finna get biblical on them. Do your sheet, Nick. I quoted Matthew earlier, but go on to Ecclesiastes. Tell them what Ecclesiastes say. Shout out to my nephew, Leviticus LV, flies of...
I've mentioned, to everything, there's a time and purpose under the sun. And it meant...
I mentioned that scripture, didn't know it was found in Leviticus. He's about to tell you also, everything under the sun, there's a time for it. And he's going to list a lot of things. Within that list, there a time to kill. Watch this. Salute to my kindred spirit brother over there, my melanated partner. Oh, my mama.
Mentions a time to kill and a time to heal. And maybe for this father, if he did it purposely, it was that time. And
oh, my mama. Not saying any human being supposed to take that upon himself to say like, oh, okay, time to kill, so I'm finna rush start. That ain't angel of death. That ain't even that. It's just saying, like Tupac say, only God can judge me. And the refreshing spirit, you saw that father walk through that courtroom and own what he did, only reminds me of what the Bible talks about. Now, I'm glad I'm not the only one to see this brother sees it the same way. On my mama, daddy, daughter, sister, son, cousin, uncles, aunties, lokes, loved ones, dead, homies. Everything I love and live for.
And you hear the bootlicker, the prosecutor, I guess he is, saying, well, there's no skid marks. There's evidently no intentions that, he tried to stop. So there's always, a house Negro in the bunch to champion the narrative of this case. But returning to our dear brother Rodney Hinton, there's no telling what's going on in his mind. And I referenced the movie A Time to Kill, because in that movie, Samuel L. Jackson took the life of two white men who took something that didn't belong to them in the form of his daughter's chastity, in the form of his daughter's innocence. And so the judge mentioned an emotionally charged situation. And if my brother did do it on purpose, not saying he did, but could it be considered a crime of passion? Could it be considered temporary insanity? All of the fences that, have been used in the past, for white people. I remember the rich white kid killed his parents or somebody, and they said he suffered from affluenza. They literally made up a term.
He talking about the white boy that was from West Side Rolling neighborhood 90s named Milk. He was from Palos Verdes. For those who are not from California, Palos Verdes is like the Beverly Hills or the Hiltons. I'm not the Hiltons, the Hamptons. It's elite fly. No, it's very few places to rent. It's up in the hills. It's rich area. Probably the lowest property is $2 million in Palos Verdes. Milk grew up and was raised in Palos Verdes by affluential parents. Somehow, I don't know how, when he was in high school, driving a Benz that was probably 2 or 3 years old that his parents passed down. He wasn't even a senior in high school. I'm not going to say he was a freshman, but he definitely wasn't a senior. This purebred white boy, Caucasian, got caught up fucking with the homies from 90s and got to doing gangbang shit, everything under the sun. So he got caught up in a case where it was alleged that he and some other West Side Rolling 90 neighborhood crib members got into his Benz that was registered to his parents, and he hit a corner, and allegedly somebody jumped out of his car did an alleged 187. This dude was able to go to court. Now, out here in California, it's been for years. If you're driving a car, people get out your car, they can walk a mile, they can walk 2 miles. They commit a crime and come back and get in your car. You are equally as committed, equally as responsible for the crime they committed as they are. All of a sudden, because of this white boy with the, what you called it, influencer, whatever they tried to name it, when he got caught up in the situation, his parents were so white, so privileged, so rich, so connected, so well off, so American with 3 Ks, not a C, that the laws changed. All of a sudden, him as a driver, you hear me? Him as a driver in a homicide where in California, the driver gets what the shooter gets. All of a sudden, they flipped the whole script. Now, he said, oh, we was just riding in my car, joyriding. I didn't know what they were about to do. They just jumped out my car and did whatever. Long story short, it's been changed, and they said he only did what he did because he was not a victim of, but they diagnosed him with this fake-ass diagnosis, the homie said, influenza. Oh, my mama. But let me tell you this. We benefit because now, and even in our community, if you happen to be charged with driving somewhere and allegedly someone that was a passenger in your vehicle gets out and does a felony, you have a claim in court to say, hey, I had no idea what he was going to do. So it worked both ways for one privileged, pale, pink person. Oh, my mama.
Saying that, well, he's just so rich and affluent that he doesn't quite understand, what has happened. And so considering.
To describe even further what they tried to say, they said, this is what they said. They said this person has had so much done for them. Their parents has given them so much excess. They're so spoiled that they don't really understand what real life is about. And they made these poor decisions based on the fact that their parents, listen to me, that their parents over provided. That's what.
The circumstances, if my brother did do this on purpose, I would say, that those 2 defenses, temporary insanity or crimes of passion, should be used in his defense if he did in fact do it on purpose. But once again, I will iterate that he is innocent until proven guilty. But the main fact, once again, I want to point out is the county that he has been moved to, Claremont County. Racist KKK town, from what I understand, and from the people in Ohio who've reached out to me, that that is definitely considered KKK town. So we definitely want to keep our brother in prayers, keep the family in prayers as they navigate this difficult situation. But once again, I've already had confirmation that the police narrative of the young man pointing a gun at police, as they always say, as we've seen for about 50 stories on this channel, at least, or thereabouts, is the thing that they always put out to the public.
Rest in peace, Sonia Massey. Man, rest in peace, Emmett Till. They'll lie and take a black nigga life and justify the kill for real. What's the deal?
And so y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, about
I'll let you know what I think, big homie. This shit hit different on my mama.
Yeah, that shit hit different. We all crossed that bridge though. Yeah. That shit hit different. That shit hit different. It hit different. Yeah. That shit hit different when it's your own. You ever lost somebody close to you and wish that you could call their phone? Talk about y'all memories and play their favorite songs. The fact is, we all crossed that bridge. I know it's wrong. Sipping Remy, smoking blunts, you can't believe they gone. And when you shed tears and reminisce, they tell you stay strong, but it's fucked up. You in that casket and won't wake up. You looking good. Ain't even need a lot of makeup. Everybody's showing love and telling you to stay up. Ran out of Remy Martin store run. I'm on my 3rd cup. They telling me to slow down, but I don't give a fuck. Taking so many losses, I feel like I got bad luck. Keep your name alive, they gon' remember you. Dealing with this pain and it's critical. A nigga still missing you. Keep your name alive, they gon' remember you. Dealing with this pain and it's critical. Nah, you don't know how pain feel. Feel like I should be taking pain pills. Send him lower your casket, it gave a nigga hella chills. And it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. Yeah, it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. Nah, you don't know how pain feel. Feel like I should be taking pain pills. Send him lower your casket, it gave a nigga hella chills. And it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. Yeah, it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. I stay strong and keep my head up. And I'ma miss them days I walk by, you tell me, boy, pull your pants up. The whole family missing you. And every time I step foot on 103rd and Avalon, I think of you. You always speak the truth, even if it hurted their feelings. You was nosy, always in somebody's business, working on my last nerve. I can't never win an argument with you. You always gotta have the last word. Shedding tears like a baby, cause your service was beautiful. More like a celebration than a funeral. Never thought I'd get that call that we losing you. Family in a single file line, all viewing you. Keep your name alive, they gon' remember you. Dealing with this pain and it's critical. I'm still missing you. Keep your name alive, they gon' remember you. Dealing with this pain and it's critical. Nah, you don't know how pain feel. Feel like I should be taking pain pills. Send him lower your casket, it gave a nigga hella chills. And it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. Yeah, it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. Nah, you don't know how pain feel. Feel like I should be taking pain pills. Send him lower your casket, it gave a nigga hella chills. And it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real. Yeah, it hit different that you gone, this shit don't seem real.
Nigga in that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nate Blood on Hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, craig.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you got? My life is a movie. They
can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa! With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!